In today's story, we're going to be going over a story called Boney Legs. Yes, this is a fictitious story, but it is one of the best fictitious stories I have ever heard. If you guys like the video, leave a like. If you guys want to subscribe, it's much appreciated. And enjoy the show. Ty loved going for long walks in the forest. This one day, Ty decided to bring with her a black comb, silver mirror, butter, and meat. Ty decided to go down this one path, this one specific day that she never goes down. Ty continues to walk down this path. It's a steep path, mind you, going down into a valley or a ravine. Ty's going down this path, and in the far distance on the right side, she sees this creepy metal rusty shack. It was like an old TNT shack where they used to store TNT, but a lot larger. It was all metal. It had a big rusty iron grated door on the front. So Ty's continually going down this path, and as she's getting closer to this metal shack, she noticed the wind is picking up. And the leaves are blowing, it's getting windier, it's just getting really eerie and ominous outside. And she's not sure why. And she just continues to walk towards this thing. It's like something's luring her into this shack. And she's continually walking, and she's getting really close at this point. And she noticed something. Something sticks its head out. And this thing was a witch. An actual witch. She knew that just by the way it looked. And this witch said to her, "I'm Boney Legs." And this thing starts running towards her. Ty continued to run down this path away from Boney Legs. And as Boney Legs tries to make ground on her, Ty decides to throw her black comb on the ground. And this black comb grew up to 15 feet, and Ty was on it. She had a choice. She was either going to jump off onto a tree, or she was going to flee down onto the ground. As Ty jumps off, she hurts her leg. Ty is now wondering what she can do. This witch is right behind me. She's on the other side of this fence. Luckily, the comb did turn into a fence, so she was able to continue to move. So even though she was hurt, she was able to get up and move at a decent speed. Ty's moving down this trail yet again, moving at a decent speed, and then she starts getting really tired. But she knows she's now far away enough from the witch that she doesn't have to worry about her. Ty goes, rests down in this cave section off of the trail just enough so it takes some time for the witch to find her. Ty gets really tired all of a sudden and falls asleep. As Ty wakes the next morning, she's realizing how cold it is. It is horribly cold. Awfully cold there. She wakes up and it's just very windy and gloomy outside. Something's not right. And she hears this cackling of this witch that was behind her. Like she found the way around the fence. Mind you, this fence spanned for at least a mile. This was absolutely insane. So now she's wondering if this witch climbed the fence or is on the other side of the fence already with her. She has no idea at this point. Ty then realized that cave was actually part of Boney Legs' trap. It was an illusion all along. And the reason she fell asleep is because the witch put a spell on her. Ty woke up, and when she was having all those weird senses, she looked to her left and noticed this old hunched over woman. And she's like, "What is this old hunched over woman doing here?" Then she realized it was that witch she saw in the TNT shack, this Boney Legs woman. That's why she was called Boney Legs. She had really disturbing features and her legs were really bony. It was very eerie. She had really pale skin. Something wasn't right about her. But all of a sudden, this room with walls, rusty walls, appears around her. And Boney Legs tells her, "Get into the tub." And it was this old clawfoot style tub. And as she gets in this tub, the water turns nice and warm because Ty was very tired and dirty and cold and it just made sense to get warm. But she was also under some sort of spell from Boney Legs. And she's actually in a bathroom at this point, and you can hear there's this door, and it starts rattling. Boney Legs is trying to get into the bathroom. It was a trap. It was actually a cauldron to boil her alive. So she's yelling, and she's yelling. She's like, "Tub, get up, get up. Move, let's get this thing going." And the tub actually listens, because it's all a spell. So everything around her actually has some sort of communication with her. And the stone floor starts cracking. And this tub actually lifts up and starts running, and it actually breaks through the wall. After she broke through the wall with the tub was making its way towards a 100-foot fence, this old rusty iron fence. And she was like, when did this get here? I don't remember any of this being here. Was everything an illusion? I was actually inside this witch's domain this whole time? And she started realizing she was. That's what this was. And she can hear in the distance these guard dogs barking. Or that's what she thought they were. And you could hear the witch cackling, getting louder and louder. It was very bone-chilling. It was just so disturbing in so many ways. She gets closer to this fence. She can see the guard dogs actually running after her. These really muscular, distorted dogs that didn't even have eyes. It was just pure black. It's like they were possessed skeleton dogs with their flesh still. It was very horrifying. It was something you can't even want to, and nor would you want to even imagine seeing something like that. So as the tub stops, because it can't go anywhere, it's under the spell, but apparently it wanted to help her. So it seems like some elements actually were allowing her to do things within this witch's domain. It's like they didn't even want to be a part of the witch's plan. And as the witch starts getting closer, and these dogs are getting really close to her now, she's like, what am I going to do? And she realized that she had that meat. She threw this steak at the dogs, and the dogs were very grateful. They were so happy to get some food, finally getting something to eat, some flesh to devour on. And she's realizing, what do I do next? She sees this massive 50-foot door, but it's all rusty. The hinges are all rusty. She starts making her way to that door, and she realizes, that's right, I have butter. That'll work as a lubricant for the hinges. She starts lubing the bottom hinges. She's realizing, how am I going to get up top to get the other hinges lubed? She starts climbing this fence. The dogs are still eating the meat. Luckily, that's taking them a long time to eat, because that's the last thing she needs is the dogs chasing her now, even more so than they were before. She keeps climbing. She's starting to get tired. She's wondering if she's even going to be able to get to the top of the fence. She looks to her left, and she's able to reach the last hinges. She starts making her way down. She's so tired at this point, she's afraid she's going to fall. And that was 40 feet up at this point, the last bit of hinge. She barely made it to that. Nor would she make her way all the way over the fence. She starts making her way down. She starts sliding. She's going quicker. And then she stops herself right before the bottom. And the witch is getting very close at this point. You know, this is horrifying. This is a terrifying event. She doesn't want anything to do with this witch. She gets to the bottom. She goes to the actual part of the gate that opens. She pulls with all her might. And the butter, she's slipping. But she actually gets it open just enough to where she can run through. And as she's running through, the witch starts getting really upset. She starts casting spells and all these things, but luckily this gave her enough time to get far enough away. Ty did get far enough away from the witch at this point. As Ty was continually running, getting more and more tired, she actually seen the tub left the gate too. The tub was actually catching up to Ty at this point. And Ty jumped into the tub. It's like, thank you, thank you. The tub was actually protecting her, because she knew how evil and wicked this witch was, even under the spells that she cast on the tub and Ty. And as Ty is actually in the tub, getting a break, being able to breathe a little bit, the witch is starting to catch up. You can see its long, black, tattered dress, its black, disgusting fingernails digging into the ground. This witch, Boney Legs, is on all fours at this point. And you can see her skeleton through the tattered dress. She's all bones. That's why her name is Boney Legs. It's one of the many reasons she's named Boney Legs. and you could see her long, matted, sticking out hair. It was just disturbing. You can hear the cackling again. You know, she's getting closer, and she's turning into more of a creature as she gets closer, because she needs her dinner. This is how she feeds. She feeds on people and unsuspecting children. It's absolutely terrifying. So as this witch is actually gaining momentum on the tub and Ty realizes she has this silver mirror. She throws the silver mirror back, and it turns into a massive lake. And this witch falls right into it. And she starts screaming and cackling and making all these noises, and she starts drowning. This witch is actually getting farther away at this point because she's now sinking into this lake. And you can just hear her. All the birds are flying away. You know, Ty's so thankful, and this tub keeps running faster. And this witch is going under the water, and you can just hear it. It's drowning. It's losing its life force. It can't even cast spells, because this witch could only cast spells and incantations while it's in the air. It's basically useless at this point underwater. So as Ty's making her way, she realizes she's starting to see clearing. And she finally gets out of this forest where this witch was. So Ty and the tub finally get the rest they need. And she jumps out of the tub, and she realizes the tub is now just a rusty tub on the side of the road. It's not moving. It's not making any noises. You know, it's just really weird. And she looks off to the distance in front of her after she got out of the forest, and she sees a nice, lit suburban town. And she also just feels this sudden sense of calmness. Like everything's okay now. And she doesn't hear the cackling anymore. She doesn't see any witch in the distance. And she's finally at peace. And she can rest. So she continues to walk in this town, and she realizes she's familiar for her. And she goes into her house, because she does find it. She was actually in her town this whole time. And she writes this story down for generations to come. And Ty got a great night's rest that night. I hope everyone enjoyed this story. I hope you have a great night and a great day wherever you are. And I'm going to be continually making different types of fiction and non-fiction stories. Ones that are true and not true. I hope everyone enjoys. I will definitely let you know if it's real or not. That is absolutely very important to me. I hope you guys like the new lighting. I'm trying out some new things. Really trying to put a lot of work into this as I do this full time now. I hope everyone enjoyed, and have a great day.